Welcome students. Today we are going to continue with the conversion of a galvanometer into ammeter and voltmeter. In the last video we have realized the working of a galvanometer and its sensitivity. So how do we convert a galvanometer into ammeter? Students, we know that ammeter is a device that measures the electric current and is always connected in series with the circuit. So it should have minimum resistance so that it does not affect the resistance of the whole circuit. For this to happen, the device should have low resistance. There has to be a small value of resistor connected in parallel with the galvanometer so that the net resistance becomes even smaller than S. In this way, the net resistance will be low, and whatever deflection this galvanometer would then show would be the measure of the net current flowing through the circuit. It will consume a very small current Ig for deflection. So here you can see the circuit diagram. We have a galvanometer connected to a circuit through which I current is flowing. Now, when this current reaches the junction, we connect a very small resistance in parallel to the galvanometer terminals so that the net resistance, G is the resistance of the galvanometer, S is the resistance of the parallel wire. This is called shunt. Shunting the galvanometer means connecting a small resistance parallel to it. So the net resistance would be the sum of reciprocals, and thus the net resistance would be even smaller than S. So the current that flows through the galvanometer, because its resistance is much larger as compared to S, will be small. A very small current Ig flows through the galvanometer. The remaining current I minus Ig, which is the current through the shunt, we call it I shunt. This flows through the shunt and then both combine again to get the net current I in the circuit. So galvanometer can be converted into an ammeter by shunting it with a very small resistance. Shunting means connecting in parallel. Now in parallel combination, the potential difference across the galvanometer and the shunt resistance will be equal. Thus we can write that I minus Ig into S is equal to Ig into G. From here, S is equal to Ig into G upon I minus Ig. This is the value of that shunt which decides the range of the ammeter. Here I is the net current flowing through the circuit, means the ammeter will read maximum of this current. It should be able to read. Ig is the very small current that flows through the galvanometer. G is the galvanometer resistance. Similarly, we can convert a galvanometer into a voltmeter also. Here we could also write for the ammeter conversion the net resistance of the ammeter, that is 1 upon Ra is equal to 1 upon G plus 1 upon S. We can get another equation over here for the net resistance of the ammeter. So we can write Ra is equal to Gs upon G plus S. Now the conversion of galvanometer into voltmeter. Voltmeter is a device that measures the potential difference and is always connected in parallel to the circuit. So let us have a circuit resistance R over here, and there is a potential difference V across it. So how to convert a galvanometer into a voltmeter? We connect a large resistance in series with the galvanometer this time. So inside this dotted box, the device is called voltmeter. The circuit voltmeter is connected to parallel of the circuit. Now when this is in series, the aim is to measure the potential difference across this resistor. Now if I is the current coming through this circuit, flowing through this resistor, then we need that IR is to be measured. V is IR, that is to be measured by Ohm's law. So I is not to change when we connect the galvanometer voltmeter. तो वोल्टमीटर जब हम कनेक्ट करें उस समय इसमें से बहने वाली करंट जो यहाँ से आई आ रही थी वो सारी इसमें से भी बह जाए, ये हमारा एम है. ये तभी हो पाएगा कि जब यहाँ का रेजिस्टेंस बहुत हाई हो. तो यहाँ पे बहुत थोड़ी सी करंट जाएगी और ऑलमोस्ट सारी करंट इसमें से बह जाएगी, तो वो सही पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस नाप पाएगा. सो व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू डू इज अगेन वी आर कनेक्टिंग अ वेरी हाई रेजिस्टेंस इन series with the galvanometer. Thus, in this combination now, voltmeter is connected in parallel to the external resistor. So, the potential drop across the voltmeter and this circuit will be same. So, we can realize that the potential difference across this external resistor, let be V, then what is V? It is equal to Ig into G plus R. In series the resistance net sum is G plus R and Ig is the current flowing through it. So Ig G plus R is the voltage. So from here we can realize that Ig G plus IgR. So IgR is V minus IgG, and so R will be whole upon Ig. So V by Ig minus IgG upon Ig. This Ig cancels and we are left with this relation. So this in this way we can find the resistor, large value of resistor that is to be connected in series with the galvanometer. Here R is decided by this voltage that we need to measure, where V is the net volt across this resistor. So this gives the range. तो अगर V range का voltmeter बनाना है तो R कितना हो, यदि हमें G और Ig की वैल्यूज़ मालूम हो तो हम उस हिसाब से कितना वो रेंज चाहिए वो V की वैल्यू में हम रखेंगे और उससे R कैलकुलेट हो जाएगा. यहाँ पर G प्लस R इज़ द नेट रेजिस्टेंस ऑफ द वोल्टमीटर, दैट इज RV, रेजिस्टेंस अक्रॉस वोल्टमीटर इज इक्वल टू G प्लस R. नाउ how do we differentiate between the two devices, both of which are made from the galvanometer? दोनों को ही galvanometer से बनाया गया है, उसी के प्रिंसिपल पे वो काम करते हैं, लेकिन उनमें कुछ अंतर है. कैसे? सो वी कैन आइडेंटिफाई लाइक दिस. द एमीटर हैज़ अ लो रेजिस्टेंस whereas voltmeter is a high resistance device. Also, the resistance of the ammeter is Gs upon G plus S by parallel combination, and resistance of voltmeter is G plus R by series combination. The shunt resistance is Gig upon I minus Ig and is very small as we saw in the formula, and series resistance V upon Ig minus G is very high. It is always connected in series and voltmeter is always connected in parallel. Resistance of an ideal ammeter is 0, whereas resistance of an ideal voltmeter is infinity. Its resistance is less than that of galvanometer because it is connected in parallel, the shunt is connected in parallel. So the net resistance of the ammeter of the combination will be even less than the resistance of the galvanometer. Here the resistance, net resistance of the device, that is of the voltmeter, is much larger than the galvanometer. You can see galvanometer resistance is G and net resistance is G plus R, where R is very high resistance. So net resistance is very high. Here it is not possible to decrease the range of the given ammeter, whereas it is possible to decrease the range of a given voltmeter. Why? Because we have formula here. The range is here I. So if we need to decrease I, Ig is already very small. If we go on decreasing I and it reaches the value Ig, then I minus Ig becomes 0. So anything upon 0 becomes infinite. So that value we cannot achieve. So for that reason there is a limitation that we cannot decrease the value of I, of the range of the value I less than a certain value. Whereas it is possible to decrease the range of voltmeter depending upon this value of V, because here V we can go on decreasing till it acquires whatever value. Even if it becomes I very less, even then we will get some value of series resistance. For an ideal ammeter, the net resistance should be 0, and for an ideal voltmeter the net resistance should be infinite. So ideal devices are actually not available, so we interpret that ideal devices cannot be made, but whenever we are dealing, resistance of an ideal ammeter should be 0 and that of voltmeter should be infinite. So children, this is how we can convert a galvanometer into two devices, the ammeter and voltmeter. Ammeter measures the magnitude of current but not the direction, whereas galvanometer measures the direction as well, forward current or reverse current. And voltmeter is a device that measures the potential difference across the terminals of a conductor. It does not measure the EMF of a cell, because whenever it is connected across a cell, it will draw some current